This is a curiously titled video, How to Protect Yourself Against Your Future Self. What does that mean? Well, essentially, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I have a lot of fascinating stories, and I wanted to give you some context to understand why what I want to do is protect you against how you would see yourself in the future. So let me explain. First, a concrete story. I had a 27-year-old gentleman that came in and said, look, I want an aggressive hairline that goes down this low, and I want a huge temporal point across here that's really big so I can look like my friends. And I really don't care what I look like at 40, because it's just, I'm over the hill by that point. At the time, I was in my mid-40s, and I said, well, I still care what I look like in my mid-40s. And he says, look, I just won't care what I look like at 40. And had a gentleman recently I was doing a surgery on, harvesting for FUE, and he said, look, I'm in my mid-50s, and I'm personally in my mid-50s. He said, look, just harvest everything you can. It won't matter what I look like at 70. And I said, well, I have to protect you against your future self, because you honestly don't think you care what you look like at 70. And I will tell you, my mom, who's in her mid-80s, thinks she's super young and thinks 95 is old. So every person has an inability to actually conceptualize and appreciate what they are in 10 years. So the definition of old is very simple. It's basically 10 years older than you are. So if you're 35, for you, 45 is ancient history. If you're 45, it's 55. For me, I feel 65 is relatively old, and that's only because I'm 54. At one point, I thought 54 was really old, and that was when I was 45. So another story, I had a gentleman who lost a ton of weight. I had done his fat graft, and his fat that I did had shrunk down. He was leaning out before his wedding. He wanted to look his best. And he says, Dr. Lamb, I need another touch-up right now to do a fat graft because I look darn good. I want to look good for my wedding. I said, there's no way in heck I'm going to give you fat because you're going to gain weight when you get married. Guess what happened? He's been my patient now for 15 years. He gained weight after he got married. He's never lost it. And so he would have looked very weird if I had done it. And another guy recently I did a consultation with for both hair and face. He wanted a fat graft because he got a divorce. He's leaned out like crazy, and he looks like gaunt, and he wants that fat. I said, nope. First of all, I had no fat to transfer, but also I said, when you get married, you're going to gain some weight. It's called happy weight. So the thing is, I have done this long enough that I have a prediction of where things are going to go. So whenever anyone tells me, I don't care what in blank number of years, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's a simple failure to appreciate that yourself will actually care in that period of time. So all you've got to do is subtract 10 years off your life. Think back when you were 10 years older ago, and you would think right now, whatever age you currently are was what you thought back then was old. Now you don't think it's old because you're at that current age. So you're going to hear me probably say this to you if you make a comment like that to me, and understand that what I'm thinking about is making sure that I do the right thing for your future self, not just your current self.